Hello everyone, this is Jessica from A Diamond in the Sticks YouTube channel, and the topic we're going to be trying to stay on topic and talking about today is trash. But first off, I want to clear something up and get that out of the way first, and I'll try not to hold you on this video for too long. But this is my channel and my channel alone, and we'll just keep it at that. No other human beings that have souls, no animals, no nothing. This is my channel, Jessica's channel, me, Jessica. It's my channel, A Diamond in the Sticks YouTube channel. Okay, that being said, we're talking about trash. I grew up over here in that brick household. That's my parents' household. Currently, it's my dad's household. Whenever I was about 11 or 12 years old, I started taking out trash out of my household for my parents. It was my brother's job. He got paid an allowance for doing so every day or every week or whatever. I don't remember how much it was or nothing like that, but he got paid for doing it, weekly or monthly or whatever it was, for taking out the trash. Well, anyways, because he was such a bully to me, and I looked up to him for whatever reasons we won't get into today, I started taking over his job of taking out the trash weekly or whatever. That was a big mistake. And neither one of my parents never stepped up to me or said anything to me about it. They just accepted it and thought, well, I should just do it or whatever. So anyways, I did that ever since I was probably about 11 or 12 years old on up, and he went on, my sibling, he went on and he graduated high school. He still got paid for it, let alone the whole time he was in high school, grade school, whatever, for doing that. He wasn't doing the job, I was. He was just collecting the money for doing it or whatever. And they knew about it. They wasn't dumb to it. And they let it go on. That being said, I finished out the rest of my teenage years, my high school years, taking out the trash. And then, whenever I got older and started having a relationship and dating my ex-husband, back in my teenage years, I would even take out the trash, and his mother would ask me to take out the trash. Now, the difference is there, her husband was the type, he was a good man. He is a good man, I guess you could say, or whatever. We won't get into all that. But anyways, he would, for the most part, he would take out the trash. And the same thing goes over there. I lived with him for a short span of time or whatever, back in my teenage years, my early, we'll say early adult years of college or whatnot or whatever. And she would ask me to take out the trash because I was staying with him for like a few months or whatever, on and off or whatever. And I would do so. Did she ever ask her other child, her daughter, to take out the trash? No. If her husband was around, he would take out the trash for her or whatever. Would she ever ask her son, my ex, or even his sibling, his brother, to take out the trash? Sometimes, but mostly if I was there, I was the one who took out the trash, and she would ask me to do so. Just like how it was with my parents growing up. They would accept it and want me to do so too. People taking advantage of you, narcissistic people, narcissistic human beings. Alright, let's fast forward a little bit. Whenever I got married to my ex and we had a child, I would take out the trash 99% of the year, meaning I was lucky if he would take out the trash maybe 6 times. I was real lucky if he would take out the trash 6 times a year. And it wouldn't matter if I would talk sweetly and be nice to people, or if I would cuss them out and tell them what to do or whatever. It wouldn't matter neither which way with no human being if they're narcissistic like that, because they're not going to do jack crap and nothing, because they're lazy honeyans too. Alright, let's fast forward, and that was with child. And then after that, and then, taking care of the house. Okay, after I had my first child and I started working a job, it was nothing for me to go to work, come back and take care of the child, take care of the house, and guess what? Take out the trash. I would always be stuck with taking out the trash. And then let's fast forward after that. And every time I ever had delivered a baby, a child, or ever had a surgery or whatever, it wasn't because I was strong and resilient, even though I am those things. It was just accepted, acknowledged, because no people have no human kindness or respect or unconditional love for me. And I had no self respect for myself either because I was trained to be like that. But, anyways, after all the surgeries and stuff, and I've had a lot of surgeries in my lifetime, not just delivering babies, but I went through breast cancer. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I've had some major surgeries and I've had Mercer like 3 or 4 times in my lifetime or whatever. I've been deathly ill, in other words. But every time I would get out of the hospital, who would be the one to take out the trash? It would be me. I'm just talking about trash. But anyways, let's take it past that. Also, going back to my teenage years, I'm sorry I go everywhere, but I'm still trying to stay on just trash topic. Um, Back in my teenage years, whenever my sibling had a girl, his first girlfriend, well, his first major girlfriend, his first baby's mama, back when we were teenagers, do you think that she ever, when she stayed with my parents or whatever, or she came around, do you think her honey ever got up and picked up trash or took out trash? No. And the same thing goes with her child that she had that she shares with my sibling. Her child is just as bad, just as lazy or whatever. So it's just like the Bible says, you'll know them from their fruits. That's a true statement right then and there. Because with my sibling's third child, his mother, baby's mama of that child, she was a lazy honey, and she stayed with my family and stuff during that time of her pregnancy and stuff too. Just because they work jobs doesn't mean that they're so not lazy or whatever, narcissistic or whatever. She never not once took out trash or nothing like that when she stayed over there. It would be only the middle child of my sibling, his baby's mama. It would be the only one close enough, and she's still the same way of taking out trash or doing anything like that. But anyways, let's fast forward back to after I had children, after I've had surgeries, major surgeries or whatever, I would still be the one to take out the trash. And let's just talk about taking out trash in general. I went and took out trash one time, volunteered, and they did give the Girl Scouts of one of my youngest child, her group, a little bit of money for taking out, picking up trash on the side of the road or whatever. It wasn't nothing. We're just talking about the public in general. It wasn't nothing for public to go by you, throw their hands up at you, smile, grin, or whatever, and throw out trash right in front of you. I mean, it just happens. People don't care. People don't have no self respect, nothing for no other human beings, nothing when it comes to picking up trash or nothing like that. And there was a time period where I would go around picking up trash out of the neighborhood. I'm not doing that no more. I've had it through, as soon as I pick it up, I've had trash thrown out in my face too many times to care. And I don't care anymore. All I can take care of is wherever I have to live at in my own or whatever. And then, anyways, let's fast forward to the times where I've gotten situations where I've had to do things in order to use other people's vehicles, like my parents, for instance, or whatever. And I would always just take out the trash. I never did stop taking out the trash. But there was time periods whenever I would be separated from my ex or have to be like a single woman or whatever, and I would have to depend on someone else for transportation, let's say. So I would automatically clean her house and take out her trash for her. I never got no thank yous. I never got no pats on the backs. I never got paid for doing none of that crap. I never have and never will, or whatever. And it just goes to show how narcissistic people are, or whatever. And I don't want payment. I'm just talking about trash. And anyways, let's fast forward to how it is, whatever life is like right now. it's nothing. I can see it's like nothing for no time. I can walk out here and people would just throw trash, pop bottles, whatever, out in the yard. Who picks that up? Me. And then once a weekly, I clean their trash out of their vehicle. Who does that? Me. If it wouldn't get done, it wouldn't be for me because I'm the only one who does it. And anyways, I'm still picking up trash. I'm the only one that does it. And I just pray that God answers my prayers. And I do have, I admit that I have a masturbation addiction sin. And I hope God takes that away from me. And I've always wanted to be, I guess, loved. I think it's in human nature and not to be loneliness. So I just pray that God gives me this strength and answers my prayers and gets me the heck up out of this place, because this ain't where I want to be. This ain't where I call home. This is just the house where I'm housed at, and I'm still the one who's picking up the trash for everybody. The only time the difference is now, it gets unnoticed, is whenever I don't do it. I get cussed and griped at all to pieces. And it's only acknowledged whenever I don't do it. Because if I don't do it, it don't get done at no place. But I'm not entangled with having to do it no more for my parents. Not even speaking to them. Don't care. I just wish that God would answer my prayers and get me and my children up on out of here. And not have to depend on nobody. I don't want to depend on nobody but God. And I know God does the impossible. And I'm not saying for him to take out my trash. I just want him to take out my trash. And if you're too stupid to know what I mean by that, not literally, but by humans and anything that's not meant and good for me and my children, that's what I mean. But if you're the praying type, I'd like for you to pray for me. And if not, just skip along or whatever. But anyways, that's what I was wanting to talk about today, is just taking out the trash. And so people don't care, especially narcissistic people. And going back on that pretty privilege of my exes, his mother and sister, they don't know what that was like. And they didn't have no respect for me or nothing, either as a woman or human being, of always wanting me to take out the trash and feeling it was okay to ask one person to take out the trash and not another. And then going back whenever we were married to our exes now, I'm talking about myself and his sister, or my ex's sister. Even just because she had the pretty petite privilege, or whatever you want to call it, she never did have to hardly ever take out any trash or anything like that. And she doesn't do it now because she's divorced now, and their dad is still alive, and he does it for them. So if you got someone who's taking out the trash for you, consider yourself blessed and privileged. And this is just one topic that can go all different ways or whatever, but we're just talking about trash. And I'm the one who takes the trash out, whether it's rain, shine, snow, mud, whatever. I'm the one who does it, or it just don't get done. And have more self-respect for yourself. Don't get yourself caught up in a situation like that where you're always the one who has to take out the trash. And I don't want my children to be trained up in a way. It's not about being a liberal or anything else. It's just I want them to grow up with self-respect and know that they're just as good as the next person, and they shouldn't have to be made basically like a slave all the time, and nothing's never thought of or appreciated whenever it comes to taking out the trash. Alright, that's all I got for this video. Thank you. If you like to watch it, like it, subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Bye.